Are you about to buy your very first piece of jewelry from the Cartier Love Collection? Yay! I'm so excited for you. But you need to watch this video before you make your purchase. I'm going to go over 3 very important pieces of information that I wish I had known before I bought my ring. I normally do videos about detoxing your life with essential oils, but this just happened to me and I thought it was important enough to make a video to warn people about this before they make a purchase. And I also do talk a little bit about oils, how I de-stressed with them after I made my purchase. So by the end of this video, you will have 3 very important pieces of information to know before you purchase your first piece of jewelry from the Cartier Love Collection. I'm a happy customer now, and I want to make sure you are too. Okay, so first let me tell you the backstory. I had been looking for a gold band, like a solid gold band, for a while. I actually had one from Old Navy that I loved, and I wore it every day, and it started turning green because obviously it wasn't real. So I started looking, and I found a couple that I almost bought, like from James Avery. There was one, and actually the closest one. And then I saw this one. I was like, oh my god, I need this ring. So I wanted this. It's the thick band Cartier Love ring. It's light. So I would look at it before I went to bed every night, like dream about it. And one day before Christmas, it was like beginning of December, my husband asked me what I wanted for Christmas. So obviously it was on my mind, and I said this, and I showed him, and I said size 8. And he was like, oh my god, that's so expensive, blah, blah, blah. So I didn't think anything of it, you know. Christmas Day came, all the presents, the hundreds of presents were unwrapped, and I literally did not get anything. Which, I don't really care. Like, I have 4 kids, I'm a mom, I'm used to just them getting all the presents. And then my husband looks at me and he's like, oh yeah, babe, for your present, I thought we would go out to eat sometime next week. It's like, okay, that's fine. And then he pulls out the red box and he gives it to me, and I know exactly what's inside. And I open it, and it's the ring, and I'm so excited. And I take it off, I put it on, and it doesn't fit. So it gave me so long for this ring, and then I finally get it, and it doesn't fit. It fit, I want to wear it on my middle finger, so normally my Old Navy ring was a size 8, so that's what I said. So I was upset. I was like, you know what, that's fine. It still had the tag on it. I've been wearing it for maybe 15 minutes in the living room in my pajamas, like hadn't gone outside, no big deal. So I go on the website, I figure out how to return it, I call, I make sure I did everything right. You know, you have to get this number, and you have to put it, and you have to fill out this form for them and stick it back in, and then you send it off. She said there's delays because of Christmas. So that's that. I was like, great, I can't wait to get my new ring. Waiting now. Okay, so that brings me to consideration number 1, the size. They strongly suggest that you actually measure your finger and not go by a ring size that you already have. And I started Googling it afterwards, and a lot of people have this problem. They order the ring size that they always have, and they get it, and it doesn't fit, especially with a thicker band, because it goes farther up your finger, so it's not just like this one is little. This one goes farther, so it needs to probably be a little bit bigger because it's in a different part of my finger. So to measure, they have all this on their website, so you can check it out. When you look at the ring, it'll tell you how to do it. You take a ribbon or a string and you wrap it around. They suggest you do the base of your finger along with your knuckle, because they said it's best if it can slide on and off easily. So you wrap it around and you put a dot with a pin on the ribbon, and then you take it out and you do both areas because you want to make sure it will slide over your knuckle. And then you print out, or you have a ruler in millimeters. That's how they have it on the website. So you do, however many millimeters, and it'll tell you the size to order from that. So make sure before you order, check the size of your finger, not the ring that you are currently wearing. So consideration number 2, when you get your new piece of jewelry, before you even take it out of the box, make sure you are 110% happy with it. And if you want to try it on, so if you do take it out of the box, be very, 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 very careful. Even to the point where maybe wear some gloves or something when you're touching it, because When I took mine out, like I mentioned, I wore it for 15 minutes in our living room, took it off, back in the box, and I sent it off. And they took a month, first of all, and I had called 2 times in between asking about it, and they wouldn't tell me anything until finally a lady called and said that it had 2 scratches on it. So since it wasn't in pristine condition, I couldn't return it. Oh my God, I was so mad. And you can't size up love rings. They say it changes the look of it. So if I needed smaller, they could have helped me, but instead, since it was needed to be bigger, they couldn't do anything. So I have this fancy ring that I can't even wear. I was so mad. And most of y'all on my channel, I talk about essential oils. Oh my God, I had all of the calming and grounding oils going. In my diffuser, I had Serenity. We have this new perfume that has a bunch of cedar or the wood oils in it that are grounding. Put black pepper on the bottom of my feet because I was so upset that I couldn't return it. And it's silly. I remember thinking, oh my God, I barely even touched it. It was beautiful. And the pictures they sent were like super enlarged to the point where we thought, is that even my ring? Like, did they switch it? But it was. So 18 karat gold scratches, super easy. So that's why I want to make sure you do not get in that situation because it's not fun. Make sure that when you have it, you put it on, maybe even with gloves. Actually, I would recommend that or something. And look at it. If you're not happy with it and you think you're going to return it, put it back in the box and don't touch it. So you're probably wondering, how does it fit? Why was she wearing it? Well, the craziest thing, I got it back and it fit. I don't know what happened, but maybe I was swollen on Christmas Day to the point where it was like a size bigger. But thankfully, when they returned it with their 2 scratches on it, it fit. And so it worked out. My husband was so annoyed because I made such a fuss about it. But that goes to consideration number 3. It scratches. And after watching YouTubes and Googling it, all of the collection scratches super easy. To the point where, like, a lot of people, when they get jewelry, they like it shiny and pretty. This is not going to be shiny and pretty in a year, for sure. And some people like the scratches. They think it looks, gives it character, which I think it does. But every time I, like, hit it on anything, I just cringe because I'm like, oh my God, there's probably, like, a huge scratch on it. So just know that. That was my consideration number 3. Make sure that you're okay with that because it's not going to be shiny pretty after a year, for sure, unless you don't wear it. And all of them are like that. The bracelets are like that. Basically, the entire Love collection just scratches easy. So if that's something that you aren't going to like, maybe consider that before you buy it also. And then just a little extra. So I heard that, the Love bracelets, you screw them in. So like if you travel a lot, they set off the metal detectors constantly. So you'd have to travel with your little screwdriver. Or there's a trick where you can put 2 fingers, they say, and go through. I don't have a bracelet, so one of my friends actually does, and she said it works. So you can do that. Like if you're a doctor or a surgeon and you need to take off your jewelry all the time, I wouldn't recommend one because they say that it can mess up the mechanism if you unscrew it and screw it often. So maybe that's not the route to go. So just some other considerations too that I learned when I was YouTubing, trying to figure out if this was a common problem with other people. So I'm curious, who still wants a love ring? After all this information, do you guys still want to buy one or not? Or if you have had one, are you happy with it? Put in the comments below. I'm curious to see if you bought another piece of the Love collection because I don't know if I would actually right now. So I'm curious. Okay, that's all I got. Again, I normally do how to detox your life with essential oils. So if you want to learn more about that, please go to my channel and check out some of my other videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.